Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you've tuned into another live edition of the Locker Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. It's usually about an hour long, it's broadcast live, and you can tune into the entire broadcast if you become a patron by bopping over to chrispirillo.com, and I forgot to mute the stream. My bad, because I'm streaming in the live chat. See, you could join the live chat and ask me questions. There are a few good questions that are being asked this morning, but I'm going to answer those questions in the latter part of the broadcast just for patrons. So if you want more of me, or if you want me to do certain things for you, you got to become a patron. Head over to chrispirillo.com. The topic today was inspired by, well, I guess I'd call him a new addition to our community. He goes by a handle Geekdom, and he asked me point blank, Chris, what are your 3 favorite John Williams themes? And I assume he was talking about Star Wars themes. I mean, that's usually what I think of when I think of John Williams. I mean, John Williams has amazing scores across the boards beyond Star Wars. But I wanted to focus today on my 3 favorite Star Wars themes from John Williams. And there are so many to choose from. My response to this may be completely different and likely is from yours. So tell me now, on this very casual Friday, so casual, I almost forgot to turn on the microphone on that camera, I forgot to mute the stream on that computer, and am still wearing my underoos. So casual. My first pick, controversial, I'm sure, Anakin's theme. And I'm talking about the one from The Phantom Menace. Anakin, you know, young Anakin. Da 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 da. And the reason why I love that theme, even though I really can't vocalize it very well because I've only had 1 cup of coffee today, it's beautiful. Just exudes this innocence and yet has this kick to it that is sinister. You hear the pangs of the Imperial March towards the end of the refrain, and if pangs is really the best word to use to describe this inner thing that's there, that's just aching to get out, aching to eke out, to be brought out in a substantially older Anakin. So there's some foreshadowing that happens in the theme, but I find the theme to just be one of John Williams's best pieces ever. And maybe it's because of my ties to Anakin and Darth Vader and Star Wars in general, but there's just something that really, it speaks to me. That theme really speaks to me, and there are very few themes that John Williams has done that really give me an emotional impact, and that is one of them. And I am one who believes that one of the better parts of the prequels is the score. The soundtrack it was some John Williams' best, no doubt in my mind. So Anakin's theme, number 1. Now, I want to say before I continue that I'm so happy this topic came up because I went researching, because I was like, okay, yeah, I like this. Let me do a little listening again and get a feel for what I really like more than other things, and stumbled upon something that otherwise I would never have stumbled upon. So thank you, Geekdom. I went looking, and I found this. It's an album. This is a little bonus, okay? It's called Star Wars Lullaby version, or Baby Wars. Baby Wars. You can find this album on pretty much any platform, or if you want, you can buy the physical disc. It was released apparently in 2015. I didn't even know about it until today. No one bothered. Not one of you bothered to tell me about it. So I'm assuming you didn't know about it. Because otherwise, if you knew about it, why didn't you tell me? Because I'm telling you, Jedi is going to fall asleep to this every single night. It's a lullaby version of a lot of the popular themes, including Anakin's theme, and including pick number 2, and that is, if you were going to be shocked by this answer, take a look at my chest. Don't look too hard, though. Don't stare too much at the chest area, because it could freak you out. The Imperial March. Dun 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 dun. I can't actually play the music in this video because otherwise, I'd get in trouble. YouTube doesn't like that. YouTube doesn't like when you put images that you don't own and music that you don't own and sound that you don't own into your video. So you're going to have to suffer through me singing. I think you know what the Imperial March is. Basically Darth Vader's theme. For the most part, that's what it's become synonymous with. So it's iconic. I mean, you could start singing it, and it just there's something menacing about that theme. And it's probably one of the standout pieces of The Empire Strikes Back, if not the Empire Strikes Back theme. Although I would say Yoda's theme is pretty iconic as well. I think as far as all the, just a little bonus here, in terms of all the film finale, the score, when it leads into the finale, the end credits, like dun, 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 at the very end of every one of the Star Wars movies. My favorite finale is Empire, the Empire Strikes Back finale. No doubt in my mind, there's no question in my mind, that is absolutely my favorite finale out of all of them. And I love listening to the Star Wars soundtracks. I love them. Love them dearly. So the Imperial March, I'm going to go with that because, again, it's so memorable. Just it's like an earworm. It sticks in your head, and you sing it over and over again. You want to put yourself into a mood where you're just going to go in and do something. Monday, it's good Monday's theme, right? Dun, 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 I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. We're going in. We're going to do it live. We're doing it live. So the Imperial March, number 2. Number 3. Maybe controversial. I say this because I know that a lot of people are going to stick to, a different grouping of themes, but I will be honest. Because I'm not going to lie to you. It's not what I do. I'm always honest. Some people don't like that I'm so honest, but I am. Got to be true to myself. Rey's theme. Rey's theme is, it's another beautiful piece. It defines The Force Awakens. It's a thread throughout The Force Awakens soundtrack, and so hauntingly complex. Very memorable. In fact, they could have released that as a single, before the movie was released, and I think it would have, done a lot for the score. Some people, and including myself, thought that the Force Awakens soundtrack was a little weak in comparison, or by comparison, to the other Star Wars soundtracks. But quite honestly, in listening to it again and again and again, once I appreciate or really like the Rey's theme, because I listened to it again and again, I really like the Force Awakens soundtrack. It's throughout the entire movie, and I think the familiarity of it is part of what attracts me to it, or really makes me, or helps me appreciate that particular theme. So there you go, Anakin's theme, the Imperial March, and Rey's theme. No doubt in my mind, those are my top 3 John Williams Star Wars scores. Now, if geekdom, this person in our community, meant for me to answer John Williams' general, my favorite scores, then it's going to expand beyond Star Wars. I'm not going to spoil it though, because I may end up answering that question as a part of a future TLDR topic roundup. So that does it for this particular portion of TLDR, the free portion for people to tune into. I will continue to answer questions from the community of patrons, and as you saw, probably, and including a few others that scrolled off the screen. I've got a few to go through. A lot of tech questions I answer every weekday, and then, of course, I typically will talk about the news after that. It's always live, TLDR, and the second part, that'll be free for everybody, is coming up next. If you're watching live, stay tuned to the same video. If you're not watching live, it's going to be a separate video for you. Pirillo Picks, it's the daily show and tell, and that's next. If you want all of TLDR, if you'd rather me do other things for you, well, you gotta become a patron. And to do that, you head over to chrispirillo.com and sign up today. Today's free podcast highlight was brought to you by all of my active patrons from chrispirillo.com. If you want access to the full TLDR episodes, both audio, video, past, present, and future, which can be up to an hour long or longer, with even more tech insight from me every weekday, plus other bonus content without ads, and support me at the same time, you can sign up to become one of my supernomies too. This is just a brief taste of what I'm producing for you daily. Again, get more through chrispirillo.com.